on his way. Devil is on his way. Devil is on his way, motherfucker. The devil gonna make you pay. Fall to your knees. Devil is on his way. Fall to your knees. Devil gonna make you pay. Fall to your knees. Devil is on his way. Motherfucker, he's on his way.
Mountain Murders is an Appalachian true crime podcast with cases spanning the 14-state Appalachian region. Mountain Murders includes graphic content and explicit language not suitable for young listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mountain Murders.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Dylan.
How's it going?
We're just hanging out. What are you doing?
We are hanging out. I'm just hanging out with my wang out.
Yeah, and nobody's going to see it because there's nobody around.
It's true. I feel like the specials, it's a ghost town.
Oh my God, I was just in town and it's literally, I sent you a text and said it's eerie out here.
So now is the perfect time for me to put the outdoor wheels on my roller skates, gear up, and just go skating around town. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, it really is.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, it is.
I know what I'm doing later today.
You should.
While you're working.
Yes.
Slaving away at your factory job.
Well, you know, don't know you guys don't want to think about doom and gloom every time you turn on something, but
Welcome to Thunderdome, bitches. You mean like that?
Well, no, actually, that's awesome.
Okay.
I think Tina Turner killed that shit.
Well, I have been trying to perfect my Coronapocalypse outfit.
Is it going to be inspired by Tina Turner in the Thunderdome?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I do have this mohawk, so I feel like I kind of have the hair going on. Maybe I should go back to platinum or like a silver.
Oh, you feel like the purple's too fun right now?
Maybe. And then I've pulled my fishnet top out from the closet. I feel like that's a good look.
When did? Yeah, can we? Yeah, we need to.
Times. I don't know. What do you think?
Can we model that?
I'll let you wear it.
Okay, so I want to be Master Blaster. I feel like I'm fat enough to be Blaster, and I just need a little midget to ride my shoulders.
Okay. Well, we have
a little person. Sorry.
Yes, you have to be PC.
I'm sorry.
We have children.
That's true, but Zane's gotten gangly and legs 50 foot long.
Well, that's true, but he still only weighs like 50 pounds.
And he does not realize he's that big, so there's that.
I know. My child's body type is totally like Gumby. He's just like really tall and skinny.
Yeah.
When he turns to the side, he looks like a little sheet of paper. I'm like, how do organs fit in your body?
I'm telling you, if we can dial back the child labor laws, I can make him a lot of money off his little skinny ass right now.
You think so? Like getting into small spaces?
They call it spider work, going out on the edge of things and going into tight spaces and things like that.
Don't give him any ideas. He probably would be into that.
No, but we do want to say we thinking about everybody out there. And we know that a lot of people are being affected.
Financially.
Your jobs just instantly put on hold. People in the service industry, hospitality.
Money's tight.
Shelves
are empty.
People
are panicking.
People are hoard buying, which I just told Heather, it's hard not, once you do see shelves empty for a minute, it's, even if you think it's wrong, it's hard not to do it because it's funny how quickly our minds break down to start thinking about looking out for number one.
And what if?
What if?
Because now my concern is like the power grid failure or something. Like, oh my God, what happens when we don't have any electricity?
Well, yeah. All that damn meat some asshole bought is going to go bad, right?
Right.
But then I find myself looking at people suspiciously when I go out to the store.
Well, now I have been saying we need to plant a garden this year, but now I'm like really, it's amped up that I'm like, we're going to plant a garden.
Yeah, and do some canning. Yeah, I'm totally down for it.
I've never been a prepper, but now I'm feeling like that might not be such a bad idea.
Well, I think the preppers are just like, yeah, what up now, hoes? You've been making fun of us for 20 years. And
since Y2K.
Since Y2K and before in some instances. But, yeah, so it's happening.
But we want to keep cranking out some content for you guys because we understand, I mean, we've been home. It gets boring after you've been in the house for days and days. You've streamed all the good shows. You've watched all the good movies. You've listened to all the good podcasts.
Can I bring up a movie?
Yes.
That I saw? Because this is for everybody out there.
Please do.
If you like strange, different, and gore, you got to watch The Platform on Netflix.
The Platform?
The Platform is a very odd movie. And once you grasp the simple concept of what's going on in it, you're along for the ride. So you're welcome. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Gotta check it out, people.
I actually went back last night and revisited some older films. One you had recommended, The Believers with Martin Sheen.
Oh my God.
I'd never seen this. I don't know how I'd never seen this movie
Where'd
before.
you find it at?
It was on Amazon Prime.
I wanted to watch it with you, just so you know. I'm sad now.
So if you've seen like The Serpent and the Rainbow,
Yes.
or you're into those kind of occult, voodoo, like weird kind of movies, this is perfect. I feel like it's a film that could be remade, possibly.
No, it's too classic for that.
Well, I just think it's a good plot.
It is a great plot.
But they'd have to change a few things because I feel like it's probably not super PC.
Well, no, but you just don't do it, because you know what happens is you have these great actors and actresses from back in the day that were in strong story writing. They weren't leaning on any kind of fancy. And of course, like you've talked about back in the day, people just look normal. They might have teeth a little snaggled or not be the most handsome, pretty, polished thing, but they're real. It feels real life.
I gotcha.
And yeah, you just can't do it. Martin Sheen kills it in that movie.
I mean, it was interesting. I have to give it to you. Thanks for the recommendal, and I enjoyed that. And then I revisited the film from, I think it was out in 97, but Kiss the Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Ashley Judd, Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
I hadn't seen that for a while.
Well, it
was on Prime as well. After I wrapped up The Believers, I started watching Kiss the Girls again.
Well, yeah, they had two or three of those come to Kiss the Girls. Along Came a Spider.
Well, yeah, it's a whole series.
Right.
I mean, those Dr. Alex Cross, there's a whole book series, and they made a few films.
Yes.
But I enjoyed those books back in the day.
Oh, I didn't read the books.
I read quite a few of them back around the time Kiss the Girls came out, so it would have been like the late 90s, early 2000s. I was kind of into reading some of those, like James Patterson, Dean Koontz, those types of like thrillers and mysteries.
Yeah, another one back in that time was A Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah, you've talked about that before.
Is it Gina Davis?
Yes.
Oh, dude, she's such a badass in that movie.
I'll have to check that out. I've never seen that either.
Dude, it's like nowadays they kind of sometimes the strong woman element feels forced. Like what it is a bunch of guys coming up with a strong woman character.
Oh God, because perfect example of this, and we may get some backlash on this because I know people are like obsessed with those John Wick movies, but the John Wick 3, the Halle Berry character,
it's totally forced.
Watching that, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, you can totally tell that this is some dude who's like, we're gonna have this female empowered character who's real badass, and like came up with this whole like just scripted idea of like what a badass female is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking cheesy. I'm sorry. I can't deal with it.
It's very cheesy and it feels forced. It's not natural, but you don't get that at all out of Gina Davis's performance and the way it's laid out in Long Kiss Goodnight. Charlie Baltimore is a badass.
Our movie podcast is going to come out soon. Just kidding. Are you ready to get into a great mountain murder story?
Yeah, so let's dive right in.
Now, I try to pick cases, things that we haven't covered before, like different, I guess, subsets of the true crime genre. And this is definitely one that we haven't seen before.
Oh, wow.
When you hear the words murder for hire, what images flash through your head?
Someone contacting someone who they think is an assassin, but it's really an FBI agent.
On Craigslist?
On Craigslist.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like the John Cusack in Grosse Pointe Blank, like the smooth assassin wearing the sunglasses, the black suit, who can mastermind these precise kills in a matter of seconds and just like be out the back door.
Yeah, and that's not really how it works out usually.
Yeah, however, not all murder for hires are performed by a hitman. Contract killing has been associated with organized crime, government conspiracies, vendettas. But in 2012, Joshua Oberg's murder was not a hired hit by a mob boss, but rather a husband so enraged by his wife's infidelity, rather than divorce her, he would hire someone to execute the man he considered to be her paramour.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you got to go to the assassin store and get one of those, right?
Yeah. I don't even know how that works.
I always wonder if any of those actually go through, because you see so many times they get linked up inevitably with a cop somehow, and then they do the undercover sting. Then they get them on video talking about it, and then they just arrest their ass.
Should I say on this podcast that I feel like I missed a golden opportunity? I feel like I would have been a great hitman or like hired contract killer.
You would have been a femme fatale.
Right?
No doubt. And that's not even being sexist, because you would just, I guess it's so, you're kind of smaller, a little short, cute thing. Next thing you know, you're stabbing them in the jugular with a pin.
Well, that, and I really don't have any, feelings because I'm like a sociopath.
Well, there's
so I just
that.
don't feel like it would really bother me. And I mean, if someone's paying me to kill you, then you probably did something wrong. And that's just the way I look at it. Am I fucked up?
Well, yeah, but
I've been in the house too long.
I feel like I must say we are not soliciting. We're not putting our services out there. We don't want you to contact Mountain Murders for contract killings.
No, not at all. I've
Okay.
just been in the house too long with too many damn kids.
Yes.
Okay. In the mountains of West Virginia, there is a small town called Buckhannon. It is about 2 hours south of Pittsburgh. It's a rural town surrounded by dense forests. West Virginia Wesleyan College, with 400 students, is located a few blocks off of the main street. It's the kind of quiet, small town where craft shows and strawberry festivals are like the hottest highlights in town.
Ooh,
Right?
I want to go.
Really small, quiet town.
Yeah.
Eerily similar probably to like where we live, probably where a lot of our listeners live.
Yeah.
Sleepy little town.
Oh, it's just a cute little town.
The area's claim to fame was the 2006 Sago mine disaster. Do you remember that? 13 men were trapped inside a mine.
No, I don't remember that.
And they were able to emerge. I mean, it was like a big news story that they were trapped in there. But it's the heart of coal country. The opioid crisis has hit the area fairly hard, like in a lot of rural communities. It's a difficult place to live. High poverty rates, lack of job opportunities.
Well, yeah, and I thought, those areas, it's like all the industry went away, and I just don't understand why we never came up with a plan to bring new industry in. So you have entire regions that are like ghost towns for many years now.
On January 23rd of 2013, a guy named Robert Eugene Siren III, and we're going to be calling him Siren throughout the story.
Ooh.
That's like his nickname, I guess. Everybody calls him by his last name. He woke up the morning after gambling. Staring into his pay packet, he realized the amount was not going to be sufficient enough to cover the vehicle loan payment that was due that day.
Uh-oh.
Clearly a guy who makes excellent life choices. He decided to shirk responsibilities once again and instead buy a 6-pack of beer and spend the day driving around drinking.
Well, that'll help you get shit figured out.
He didn't want to go home and face his wife. Wonder why.
I've never felt like that, ever.
During his travels that day, he bumped into his cousin, Jesse Heater, who asked if he could tag along. Siren agreed and bought a case of beer for the two men to share. I mean, these two sound like scrubs.
So TLC would not let them ride in the car with him.
Hanging out the passenger side of his cousin's ride.
Yeah.
Probably drinking some what, like Busch Light or something?
It's definitely Busch Light or some Natty Ice. Natty Daddy.
Let's talk about these two. So both Siren and Heater have extensive criminal records. Jesse had 2010 charges of nighttime burglary and petty larceny. His criminal history includes 4 domestic battery third offense charges, all felonies. One of those was dismissed in 2003. Heater also faced 3 destruction of property charges, a littering charge, and 2 charges of domestic battery, all from 2002. I mean, this guy. Siren was arrested in December of 2010 after allegedly taking 2 15-year-old juvenile girls from Buckhannon Upshur High School without permission from their parents or school authorities and giving them alcohol and marijuana. According to a news story, Siren initially faced 4 felony charges, 2 counts of attempted sexual assault in the 3rd degree, and 2 counts of child concealment. Siren allegedly offered one of the 15-year-olds money in exchange for sex.
What the hell is child concealment? I've never heard that one. Is that like if you know where the kid's at, but you don't tell the people where the kid's at?
Probably.
Okay.
I didn't dive too deep into that one.
Yeah, somebody fill me in out there.
He later pled guilty to 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and was given 6 months in jail. The sentence was suspended and he was placed on 2 years of unsupervised probation. The felony charges were dismissed based on misdemeanor pleas.
I bet he learned his lesson.
Siren was also arrested for joyride